Hello everybody, and this is part 2 of my 75-gallon guppy and shrimp tank setup. When we left last time, the tank was a disgusting cloudy mess from squeezing out an old dirty sponge in, and you can see all of that stuff is kind of settled. The filters are gunked up a little bit, but that is what we want. Everything is mostly clear. And as you can see, I had this bag of rocks I was wanting to do something with. And so I put in a little bit of a hardscape. I played around with it for a while. And I think I like what we're going to do here. So I have 3 different kinds of crypts. We did say it's going to be a crypt garden. And so I think this side here will be bronze crypt. This middle part will be green wind deadeye, and then this whole back section here is going to be a Florida sunset crypt, which is a red variant of the wind deadeye. And so the first thing we got to do is gather up our plants. So this is me getting the Florida sunset crypts. They come out of my 29-gallon that has Eco Complete in it, so we're just ever so gently pulling them out. So one thing with crypts is if you mess with them too much, they can melt away. But they always come back. The old growth just dies off and then it's replaced with new growth. So we're going to do one kind of crypt at a time so that these are not sitting in a bucket. Now usually when I transfer crypts from one tank to another, they don't melt on me. So we're hoping these don't end up melting. Alrighty, let's start planting some crypts. I'm looking forward to this. I really truly am. Okay, so let's see how we want to do this. We got this great big huge bunch of them. So let's... Sometimes I hate to tear them apart. Sometimes I don't like it, but let's see. Yeah, let's try to keep these as intact as possible. These have been overcrowded, so they're kind of weak and light deprived. Might have to. These back here and the very back. Okay, so before we get too far into that, since we don't have any kind of special plant substrate or anything, I use these under my crypts and swords, Job's houseplant spikes. Use them for years. I've grown lots of crypts really well with these. So say for these that are planted here, we'll put in 3. Shove one down in here. You just got to make sure you get them completely covered. You don't want these sticking up out of the substrate. They got to be fully buried underneath them roots. Oh, I'm getting soaked. I think I need to take some water out of this tank. But I think we're going to do something to slow down the current for sure. This is too much current. The crypts will not dig it. So I'm going to have to glue in a valve. I think the valve are down some. I think that's all the ones I got. The rest in here just leaves. Alright. Gotta get some more. So here we are into the next day. I had to do something with the flow. It was just too much. First I tried drilling a whole bunch of holes and cutting slots in the spray bar. It was still too much. So then I said, I gotta valve it down. So we got a valve. This valve is all the way open. It's just the valve itself provided enough slow down to the flow that I'm pretty happy with that. It's perfect. You can see the crypts are nice and happy. We still got pretty good flow. Finishing up the Florida Sunset Crypt section. So there's the Florida Sunset Crypts. Let's go get the green Winded Eye Crypts. Alright, let's do the Winded Eyes. This Winded Eye came out of my Skittles shrimp tank. And this thing is a monstrosity. Look what we got going on here. So we're gonna, I might have to cut some of these out. Look at those roots. That is crazy how this one grows. Man, oh man, oh man. Separate, I guess. If there be about enough. Huh. I don't know. Oh, what's the best way to do this? Let's see. I guess I'll do it like this. Get a split part there in the middle. Start cutting. Yeah, there's a lot of that sand still in there. Alright. So we got that part split at least. So now, let's see what we can separate out of here without messing stuff up too much. They're all just tangled up into a mess. Look at this. Holy smokes. Okay. We got those divided up a little bit. Pretty crazy what we got going on here. So, first thing we're going to do here is our plant spikes. So instead of putting these in while we're planting, I was going to say, that area could use like 6 or 7. So let's see, we got 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to put them all the way down in here. Push them down. Push them down. So then any crypt grown in this area will definitely have yumminess to its roots of the plant spikes. Alright. So we've got that enriched for the cryptos. Now, let's see what we can do. Plant them. How many can we stuff in here? that big clump together. Those look like they're pretty happy together. Look what we got there. Yeah, look at that clump. That's a good one. Right there. This great big guy looks like he's gonna be happy right here. And we'll get one more decent sized chunk. Squeeze in there. This one looks pretty good. Alright, so now I gotta put these crypts back where they come, the ones that are left. Put a bunch back into where they come from. And boom. Then we gotta get bronze crypts. Alright, now it's time to mess with some bronze crypts, and these might be the nicest ones I got. I really like these. Look at this. That is a beautiful, beautiful plant. And this one will have crazy, crazy roots on it. So I'm not sure how we're going to go about doing this. This is just like one super tight clump. I'm going to try to use all of this on this tank. So I'm going to try to get, man, try to find ones I can get that aren't going to be too hard to get at. Alright. Man. I don't want to mess these up. This took a long time to get this big. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do here? It's just one massive. You know what I might just do? I might just plop her in like that. Because this is too pretty to screw up. See how that'll work. So, first thing before we do that, we're going to put in some of the plant spikes all around in the area. It might take some time, but since we're not going to divide this one up, and we're just going to let it do its thing, it'll eventually spread. Alright, let's see what we can do here with this giant monster crypt. Keep this guy intact because it's so awesome. Now, this tank it come from, there's not much roots on it because when I planted this, the tank had very little substrate. It was just kind of chilling there on top. Look at that beautiful thing. We're going to try to Let's see here. See, right there? Sure. Oh, man. Don't want to stay down. Make sure I get all the roots in my hand. If I can reach my whole hand around it. Okay. I got all the roots in hand. So hopefully he'll be happy chilling there. Like so. And that'll end up working out. And he'll root in there and be happy. Alright, so now we got all the crypts planted and the crypt garden finished. Let's go get the guppies. These guppies are my own creation that I've been working on the last couple of years. The whole reason I got this pond going again, it used to be an old goldfish pond. I want to use it seasonally as the place to raise out a whole bunch of my own guppies. And the whole reason why I'm setting up this tank is I need a place to bring these guys inside when it gets cold out. And we're getting to the end of summer, so it's time to start thinking about bringing them in. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, so I want to try to catch the adults, give them a quick look over and see how they look, pull out any obvious bad ones. So here is the group that we're starting to tank out with. There are hundreds. I tried not to catch babies, but sometimes babies ended up in the net. There's still lots and lots of them out there, but this will be a good start. One last look before we load it up full of guppies. Alright, let's let the big release of all the guppies go. Look at them. Oh my gosh. They're so pretty. Even my daughter, who really don't even care much about my tank, she sat down and looked over there. She's like, wow, are those the ones from outside when she first seen them? Because she was gone when I was set this tank up and put the guppies in there. She come home and was like, wow, that's really cool. So I got the approval of my oldest daughter. But just look at them. I know I did end up pulling a few more out. And I'm really, really going to enjoy this tank now. So, I know a lot of you guys have been asking when will these guppies be available. Well, right now, after I made this video, they started getting dewormed from being outside. I'm going to give them that takes a week to do that. And I pulled a few more out that didn't quite make the cut. And wow, just look at them. Now sometimes they get under the light a certain way. They get a little washed out. I almost think they look better when they're not so close to the light. Here's a quick look at what they look like without the light being on. You get to enjoy this tank even with the lights off. Pretty amazing. Let's take one last look at it. Pretty happy with how the crypts turned out and excited about the future of these guppies. My next video will be about how I made these guppies and all about my line of guppies. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.